Tina!
Hi,
Whoa.
Kenny.
Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah. Oh, we're excited for you to become a head mentor. Ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right.
Your educational partner liaison will be a vital resource for you and your point person for all your writer student related needs.
Yeah, personally, I don't know what I'd do without my liaison. You know how many times I had to lean on them when there was a last-minute change in the schedule or a room shift? They're invaluable.
Absolutely. I have a phenomenal relationship with my liaison. Any changes or challenges or surprises that come up, she's always accessible. I really do think it all starts with your initial meeting.
Initial meeting?
Yeah, initial meeting. Look, having a great working relationship with your liaison can make your program go smoothly.
Communicate with them early and often to ensure that you are aligned in your expectations. This all starts with your initial meeting.
That makes perfect sense. But, what exactly do we chat about? I assume they don't want to hear what I had for lunch.
Well, they might. But a simple introduction to get started will probably be enough. Establish a personal, warm relationship. Find out their preferred mode of communication. Email, call, text, and be sure to communicate your commitment to the program.
Next, be sure to discuss program logistics, things like scheduling, students involved, any permission slips they may need, and the space you'll be in during the sessions.
That sounds like a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah, that's why a good way to remember it all is using the acronym SSSS. Schedule, students, permission slips, and space. So just remember it's
Now that I can manage.
When it comes to the schedule, review it to make any necessary adjustments. Always let your mentors know about any schedule changes as soon as you can.
Yeah, last thing we want is a mentor showing up on a day we don't have a session, or vice versa.
Yep.
Be sure to receive a complete list of students, legal and nicknames if applicable. They may not have this yet, and in that case, you'll want to email them a week prior to get this information.
Is there any particular reason we need this list of students?
Great question. Use the list to discuss how and why writers were chosen. That way you'll learn if any student needs additional support or anything you need to know about certain students in general.
Yeah, keep in mind, there may be things that they cannot legally disclose.
Gotcha. So learning about the students prior to the sessions could be a great way to get to know them, even before meeting them?
Yes, and if there's a mentor you think might be a great fit for them, you'll know way ahead of time.
Yeah, and if your organization or liaison desires or requires a student permission slip, collect them at this liaison meeting. See our permission slip template in the liaison section of this toolkit for an example of what your slip could look like. Since YS doesn't need the permission slips, feel free to keep the slips and only use them if the liaison requires it.
And lastly, take a tour or walkthrough of the program space and the big show space. Identify where to check in, who to check in with, how to get to the space, the nearest adult bathroom, etc.
But, what if the space isn't indoors?
If your space is outdoors, please check in with your liaison to see who will provide the necessary classroom materials, portable whiteboard, microphone if necessary, and etc.
Safety is a top priority for Young Storytellers and the communities our programs take place in. Start the conversation with your liaison about protocols for an in-person big show.
The big show seems like it has a lot of moving parts. Any specific questions I should be asking?
Way ahead of me, Ethan. You can ask if the show will be held in an indoor auditorium or an outdoor space, the number of classrooms invited, how they handle one-time volunteer actors, if parents or families are invited, and is an in-person big show viable?
As we said before, your liaison is your best support system. But we also like to remind our program users that working within public education or in community-based organizations can be a pretty challenging and demanding job.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself, Annie. Staff in student-serving organizations often wear multiple hats and have competing demands throughout the day.
I feel that. Is there anything I can do to make things easier for them?
Just keep in mind, if you don't receive an email or communication back from them, be patient. Your liaison is one of your most important allies and also one of your most busiest.
Schools, teachers, and organizational leaders have their own best practices. We respect that we are in their space and follow their lead around how they manage the whole class. They manage discipline.
With that said, if you don't feel comfortable addressing behavior one-on-one, or if you think a behavior warrants a more serious response, what do you think you should do?
Talk to my liaison?
Bingo!
Bingo! If you ever need any kind of support in communicating with your liaison, feel free to consult the program checklist below or online resources page.
We hope you feel well prepared for a successful relationship with your liaison.
I know I feel prepared.
All right.